Okay, let's go to the second part of the project. Okay, we are done with the pipe design. Now we're going to go move to the pump selection or pump design. Pump design is part 2, and part 2 is part 2A, B, C, and D. Let's read. Select a pump from pump manufacturer for your design point using the pump selection program at pump-flow.com. Choose one pump for each scenario. So scenario A says one based on using a single pump, one based on using 3 series pump, one based on using 3 parallel pump. So first let's do the first one. Let's go over Pump Flow website, see how you can use this website. Just before going there, since the head and discharge of just one pump for a single pump will be huge, there are just only 2 companies that they manufacture those pumps. In the past, I have used these 2, but we always have to check because the website is updating, so maybe they are not available, or maybe there is other manufacturer. So my recommendation for this case, use either Robco or Golds. For the other cases, feel free to use any pump that you like. Okay, so here how you do your pump design. Let's go back to BB Learn and open the tutorial that you have. Before doing your design, go over this tutorial that I have prepared for you. It's very easy to follow and learn. Okay, I will also show how to use it here. So let's click on the website that we're going to do our design. Okay. Can go back. I don't want to lose BB Learn, so I'm going to create a new window here. Okay, once we are here, we're just gonna go to search storefronts. Before going there, just a quick note about this website. This website is the best website in pump design. It has all the manufacturers in one place. It has 2 options, free and premium. The free option is more than enough for the stuff that we're gonna do. But in the future, if you decide to do something more advanced, more in detail, then you have to pay for the premium account. Okay, so let's go search storefronts. Okay, so these are all the pump manufacturers that you see. The most famous ones, I would go with Aurora. This is one of the popular companies. Panther here, and Grundfos, which is a European pump manufacturer, very popular, and the rest of the companies. So let's say we want to design the first case, meaning case 2A that we had here in the project. Case 2A. So Golds or Robco. Let's just go with, I believe I used Golds for the tutorial. So it's here, okay, Golds. Click on it. Once you click on this, you need to have a username and password to sign in. I have already my username and password. You have to create an account. It's free. Just use your NAU username and add a password, then you can log in. Okay, now I am in Golds, and there are types of pumps that you see here. Line shaft, submersible stainless steel. The goal of this project is not to decide which one you need. just to do your design, okay? Just want to learn how to use the website. So are you gonna use 50 or 60? At this point, we don't know. You don't have enough experience to make that decision, right? So let's just go with some random options here, see what we get. Okay, I'm gonna go with submersible. If it doesn't work out, I can change the pump. Okay, so see a simple design layout. It asks for flow rate, it asks for head, and it asks for static head. This settings and layout that you see here is different for every pump manufacturer. So if you go Open Panther, you're gonna see a different setup. But it kind of has all the important stuff that you need to input, like flow rate, head, static head, or some of them has a system that you can actually calculate system curve. Okay, so make just let's say I'm just putting random numbers. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out. Let's say this is my operating point, right? Velocity 10 feet per second. That's what our operating point was, right? 10 feet per second. So Q for 10 feet per second velocity is 10,000, right? It's a huge discharge. And here the options that you have are GPM, MGD. You don't see CFS. They have CFM, but they don't have CFS. Normally, pump manufacturers, they work with GPM, so that's why it's on the top of the list. So let's change this to GPM and also graph this in GPM. Okay. So how do you change CFS to GPM? You have the conversion on the front page. It's just you have to multiply this. The exact number is 448.8. I believe on your cover page it's 449, which is the same. Okay. So if I change this to GPM, and if I want to change our graph to GPM, it will look like this. Now this is the number that I have to go with, right? It's a very huge number, right? And since I just made up numbers, I'm not sure if this number makes sense or not, but I can tell it's a huge number. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna plug two very normal numbers to see what it will show me. Static head, what was the static head? This is your static head 1230-ish, right? Which is just simply HB minus HA. So you can calculate HB minus HA is your static head, right? Let's just plug 1230. Okay. At this point, you are just gonna go search the pump. Okay, this number is big. Static head must be strictly less than the total head. Okay, so I'm just gonna plug 100. Still big? 10. Makes sense now? Good. We found a bunch of pumps for our case. These pumps are ordered based on, are sorted based on the efficiency. You see, efficiency for this pump is 86.2 is the highest efficiency, then 83.6, and so on. So always choose the top pump. That's the best one for you. Okay, so this is the pump characteristic curve. But something is missing here. Your system curve is missing here, right? The only thing that you see is the pump curve, and you see the operating point with this red arrow, right? Okay, our goal is to, first of all, we need this, I need this PDF in your report too. So what you're gonna do is you have to take a screenshot of this and put it in your Excel sheet. So please don't send me separate files, everything in one Excel sheet. Just add more sheets if you need to do your design, right? But the files, just one file. It's easier to grade. Okay. So we need to have the system curve on this. System curve is here, it's on your Excel. Pump curve is here, it's on this PDF. So what we need to do is to extract the data for this pump curve and bring it here. Okay, how are we going to do that? Okay, if you see under the rest of the information about the pump here, there's always this option, printed reports. It's really important. So you click on it. Then you go to data sheet. It asks for company name, additional information. You go just OK. Okay, so you get a PDF file similar to the previous file. I recommend you take a screenshot of this and put it in your Excel sheet. But you get something more. You see this information here. The first column is Q. The third column is head. If you put this Q and this head into Excel, you should be able to recreate this pump graph. Okay, so system curve, Q, head. So Q is 600. I'm just putting those numbers, 500, 400, 300, 200. Head is 43.5, 50.2, 55.2, 59, 62.1. Now I'm going to go add this to my design. I will call this pump curve. And again, Q is my X, H is my Y. Okay, doesn't look good. See what we did wrong. Okay, we didn't do anything wrong. This system curve is based on the stuff that we have here. This pump is just a random pump for 550. So given that our system curve is huge, that's why you're not able to see this curve. If I remove my system curve, should be able to see my pump curve. And hopefully, if you plug the right values into your design, you will be able to see the intersection and read your operating point. Okay, this is how you do design for just one case, just one single pump, and that was case 2A.